Did you know there's a hidden cost to doing everything alone? Every time you refuse to ask for help, every time you convince yourself that I've got this, every time you choose to struggle alone, you're pushing your graduation day further into the future. This mentality of I'll do it myself has been promoted because we've seen successful people who came from nothing, and on the surface, it looks like they became successful by themselves. So we think, we should go down that road too, not knowing it's a dead end. If we really were to study the success stories of our heroes, we would see none of them did it alone. They all had someone to push them forward. However, I know we feel that being able to say, I did it on my own makes for a better story, but all it does is prolong the story. Hello, welcome back to JC's Learning Guide to another Friday deep dive. I'm so glad that you all are here. I'm JC. I earned my bachelor's degree in 1 year, my MBA in 3 months. And I help others do the same. So if you're ready to learn the hidden costs of doing everything alone, then I encourage you, lock in with me for the next 8 to 10 minutes. Get your notes out because I believe this session will not only be motivational, but transformational. Let's get to my first point. My first point is the time cost. The time cost. I want y'all to put that in the chat. The time cost. Many students fall in the trap of doing everything alone, especially in the self paced learning space, where everything is online and your teachers don't bother you unless you ask for help. But what if I told you that this mentality is costing you time? I know you feel like it's more beneficial to spend hours, figuring it out on your own instead of, putting your pride aside and asking for help, which causes you so instead of finishing something in 20 minutes, you prefer to spend hours trying to understand that concept. When if you would have just asked for help, somebody could have explained it to you in 20 minutes. I remember before I went to college, I was trying to figure out the application process and everything I needed, to apply. I spent a few days trying to figure it out and still couldn't understand it. I didn't know what FAFSA was. Also, when I was, researching these college programs, I wasn't even looking at how much it would cost. So here I am delaying my college start date and about to run up crazy amounts of debt, all because I wouldn't admit that I didn't know what I was doing and that I wouldn't ask for help. Meanwhile, I had a mom who had done this before, who could have helped me finish this in 30 minutes, but I was trapped in the I'll do it myself mindset. We must understand that this mentality is hurting us. Imagine your phone isn't working. You spend 6 hours watching YouTube trying to fix it. Then you take it to someone then you take it to someone who can fix it in 10 minutes. You see, the problem wasn't your ability. The problem was trying to become the expert instead of asking for one. I'm going to say that again. The problem wasn't your ability. The problem was trying to become the expert instead of asking for one. And the same could be applied in school. Instead of asking your teacher to help you understand a concept, you prefer to spend 6 hours trying to figure it out on your own. And most times, at the end of it all, you still don't understand it. Every extra week you spend stuck is another week farther from graduation day. Every week. Every week you decide to do it on your own and stay stuck and I'm going to figure it out. You just pushed your graduation day further into the future. So y'all, it's time to shift our mentality. It's time to start asking for help and guidance. Remember, guidance doesn't replace the work, but it shortens the journey. Now, losing time is frustrating, but eventually something else happens. The longer you stay stuck, the more exhausted you become. My second point, the energy cost. I want y'all to put that in the chat. The energy cost. Now, this is one that many people don't think about. But when you decide to do things alone, that's the longer you stay stuck. And the longer you're stuck, the more mentally exhausted you become. Imagine you in your car about to drive. So you shift your gears from park to drive and press the gas. Your wheels are moving and your engine is revving, but you realize you start to smell a burning smell. And you're burning far more energy than necessary. Then you realize you still have the parking brake on. You see, guidance removes the brake. When your mental energy starts to get low, you start saying, maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe school isn't for me. Maybe I should take a break, or maybe I should just flat out quit. But the truth is, none of that is necessary. All you need is some guidance. And remember, guidance does not replace the work. You still gonna get your success story. It don't replace the work. You still have to pass the exams. You still have to study. So it does not replace the work, but it will shorten your journey. Remember, no one makes it to the top without help. Now, here's where it becomes very dangerous. Once your energy drops, your momentum isn't far behind. My third point, the momentum cost. Momentum makes future actions easier. When you're making consistent progress, studying becomes part of your routine. You're engaged with the material, you're confident, and you're moving forward. But when you stay stuck because you refuse guidance, everything begins to slow down. And here's what many students don't realize: the I'll do it myself mindset doesn't just keep you stuck on one problem, it steals all your momentum. And momentum is everything in self paced learning. The longer you refuse guidance, the longer you stay stuck. The longer you stay stuck, the harder it becomes to start again. Eventually, you're no longer fighting the assessments or fighting to stay consistent. You're fighting discouragement. Let's say you're taking a class and you get stuck on that one assignment. And you tell yourself, I'll come back tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes next week. Now you're behind. Now you're overwhelmed, now you're avoiding logging into the course, and now you've lost your momentum. The problem was never just the assessment. The problem was staying stuck long enough for procrastination to take over. I need you to understand, momentum isn't lost all at once. It's one delayed decision at a time. One delayed decision at a time. So when you're a self-paced learner, momentum is your greatest asset because no one is coming to pull you forward. The moment you lose momentum, you have to generate it yourself. And that's much harder than maintaining it. So please, I beg you, please do not allow this I'll do it myself trap to steal your momentum and push your graduation day further into the future. When I finally realized I wasn't supposed to figure everything out by myself, my whole educational journey changed. And that's one of the biggest reasons I wrote Graduating Half the Time, The Secrets of Self-Paced Learning, to give students in the self-paced learning space guidance to reach graduation day as fast as possible. So if you're serious about reaching the levels of success that you've only dreamed of, and making it to graduation day as soon as possible, then I encourage you, grab your copy today. I have it available in both ebook and paperback version. Check it out. Now, as I close, I want to challenge you this week. Ask yourself one question every time you get stuck. Am I refusing help because I don't need it, or because my pride doesn't want it? I'm going to say that again. Am I refusing help because I don't need it, or because my pride doesn't want it? I need you to understand that the price of pride is often paid in time, energy, and momentum. So you have to make that decision whether your pride is worth it. Now, if this message has helped you, I need you to do a couple things for me. Number one, like and subscribe, join the community. We're trying to grow every day. And secondly, share this with a friend who can use this great reminder on today. And before I get out of here, I want to leave you with this. True success isn't about proving you can struggle alone. Success is about reaching your destination. Remember, guidance doesn't replace the work, it simply shortens the journey. And as always, success doesn't shout, it shows up. And I'll see you next week. Bye bye.